Hey there, Andrew here. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we're going to go over why you should be using Snapchat ads for your business and how to set them up step by step. And by the end of this video, you have your Snap ads all set up and ready to go. All you need to do, as usual, is to just follow on. So let's get stuck straight into it. I'll leave on screen here timestamps of the 5 steps, and all the resources are in the description box below out of convenience. And feel free to skip to the chapters that are relevant to you. But of course, I recommend watching through the entire guide, especially if you're just starting out with Snap ads. Be sure to bookmark this video, follow on, and don't forget to click the like button and subscribe if this video helps you out. By the way, real quick, I'm giving away our Snapchat mini course to 4 lucky commenters below. I'll leave instructions to enter in the comments section, so go ahead and scroll down to the comments before we start and enter the giveaway. Good luck. Firstly, let's go over why I personally think Snap ads is useful to almost all businesses and why you should use it. Not only does Snapchat have 265 million active users every single day, there's 5 billion snaps shared every day. That's an average of about 18 snaps for every active user on the platform every single day. So why does this actually matter? It means Snapchat is a highly active and highly engaged platform, so it's more likely your ad will not just be seen, but engaged with and properly considered. Adding to this, Snapchat still reaches 90% of Gen Zers and 75% of millennials. That is a huge percentage and a majority chunk of 2 full generational groups. And the next reason is probably one of my favorite when it comes to Snap ads. According to Nielsen Catalina research, Snapchat delivers on average, get this, 3x return on ad spend. So if you were to put in $1 into Snap ads, you'd get $3 back in sales. Of course, you have to do this right to achieve this type of return on ad spend, but that's why you're here watching this video. So let's move on to the next part. Part number 2, how does Snap ads actually work? So Snap ads, much like Google ads and Facebook ads, works as an auction place. Whenever we set up a Snap ad and allocate a budget of say $5 a day to the ad, we are technically placing a bid for our ad to show up to Snap users. Based on your budget, the ad quality, and the ad relevancy, the auction place shows the winning ad to certain users. Pricing of your ad is dependent on a thing called goal-based bidding, GBB, on Snap ads, but this is stepping into manual bidding territory and advanced strategies, which we won't talk about in this beginner's tutorial, but it's really important for you to understand the mechanics behind how the ad marketplace works, so you know how our Snap ads are being set up and how our ad dollars are being used, which is extremely important. What differentiates Snap ads though is their powerful and engaging ad placement types. We have the choice of full screen ads, an image or video taking up the entire screen, and the chance to swipe up. Then we have story ads, branded tiles that appear on Snapchat's discovery page, collection ads, tappable tiles to showcase multiple products or services, dynamic product ads, dynamically generated product ads based on products or actions the customer has taken, AR lens ads, which stands for augmented reality. This is Snapchat's signature lens, which you can create and promote within the app. And then filter ads, artistic overlays for users to play with, post and share with. These ad types are so effective on Snapchat because they take advantage of Snapchat's full screen engaged audience, so they're not just mindlessly scrolling through an endless sea of content. We also get the power of data with Snapchat by implementing the unique Snap Pixel onto your website. This pixel allows you to gain more data and insights into how users are interacting with your ad and Snapchat, including your website, and to track sales, build audiences, and optimize our Snap ad campaigns. Also, I personally think the Snap ads platform is the most visually appealing and intuitive ad platform yet. So let's jump over to my screen now and start the setup process and get you up and running. First things first, head over to the description box below this video and make sure you click on the link to claim your ad voucher. We've partnered up with Snapchat to essentially double your ad voucher. So once you click on that link, you'll land on this page here. And from this page, you'll be able to select your option. Let's just go for spend $500, then get $500 in ad credit. So let's click on that. Then you'll land on this page here. Welcome to Ads Manager. Enter in your business name, legal name of business. Again, if you don't have, you're just starting this business, then it will be the business name that you have in mind. And then assuming you'll register your business later on, your business email and your name. So if you don't have a business email, make sure that you create a business email in advance before you sign up, of course, and then your name. So in this case, let's call our business name Test, and we'll move forward. And then where do you do business? Of course, your country and then your currency. You're unable to change your currency later on. So make sure that you select the correct currency that you want to operate with. So in this case, we'll stick with USD and then your business phone number. So once we land on this page here, let me zoom in here and you can see the ad credit tracker here. So that's how you keep track of how much you need to spend to get that free ad credit. So just a heads up. But what we want to do is, instead of moving forward with these steps here, we actually need to create the pixel first. So you're going to click create ads. Then you're going to go down to assets, then click event manager. And this is where we're going to create our pixel first instead of creating an ad up front. So if you haven't used Snap Ads before, you're going to create a new event source here and create a Snap pixel and then click confirm. This is pretty simple to set up, and this is similar to Facebook ads or even Google ads. So you'll need to ask yourself, which platform are you on? Most of the times you can get away with clicking partner integration and then click continue. Then it'll ask you which platform are you on. If you're using any of these platforms here, then you can go ahead and move forward with the instructions. If you're not, then you need to go back a step and then click on that manual code pixel implementation. So in this case, we're going to go with Shopify and then click Shopify. Then you're going to land on this page here where it'll tell you how to implement the pixel. It's pretty straightforward, but for each platform, it is dramatically different. So heads up, that is why you get all the third-party tracking implementation instructions over here. And so with Shopify, it's relatively simple. You're just going to click on this link here and download the Snap Ads app. This one specifically right here. If you're using Shopify, then you're going to go down and follow the instructions. You're basically going to log in to your Snap Ads account that you just created through that Shopify app. And then you're basically ready to be set up. You just click on the connect to Snap pixel and then it's all done for you. That's all you need to do. So once that's all set up, just make sure you go onto your website and then refresh the page and make sure that the pixel is properly firing on this page here. That's all you need to do. Then from here, click on audiences. And then what we want to do here, again, before we start creating our ad, is make sure that number one, that the pixel is correctly implemented. And number two, if you have any website data already, so say for example, you're using Snap Ads for a pre-existing website or client, then make sure that you create your audiences based on your website data. So click get started. And to do this, we're going to create a custom audience. We can use a lookalike audience or a saved audience based on, what type of audience that you want to create. So for example, if you have an email list, then you can go ahead and click lookalike audiences and then create a lookalike audience, an audience that is similar to your email list to target. In this case, we're going to click custom audience to build out that website audience. And so from here, we can create a website events audience to create a new ad with. And that's what we want to start doing for this specific tutorial. With other sources, for example, with ad engagement, once you set up this new ad, you can later then create a target audience based on the people that have actually engaged with your ad with this ad engagement source right down here. So say, for example, a lot of people have actually swiped up from your ad or just viewed the ad, well then we can retarget those customers by using this ad engagement source right here. But let's click website events. So with this, we're going to enter our audience name. So let's say, website visitors for the past 365 days. So past year. Choose the pixel. So make sure that you're choosing the correct pixel that we've just set up. And then include people who have done any of the following actions. So this is entirely up to you. Again, this is going to be different depending on the strategy that you take. But for this case, let's just go with simply have viewed the content. So this is for people that have completely just, viewed the product or the service, but haven't done anything with it. So let's add that in here. And it's really important that you name your audiences correctly. That way you can properly keep track of everything very clearly. And duration, this is going to be 365 days or a year. Again, The duration is dependent on, firstly, what strategy you're taking, and secondly, how fresh do you want the audience to be? So say, for example, you want to just retarget the customers from the past 7 days who have reached your website but haven't done anything, haven't purchased from you. And so that audience is obviously going to be fresh. They're going to remember your product, your website. But if you're reaching people from a year ago, right, 365 days, they have most likely forgotten about your product. But there's different things you can do there with that specific audience. So this is up to you. Once you set your duration, click create. So now we've got our pixel set up, we've got our first audience set up. This is exciting times. Now we're going to create our ad. So go back and click audiences and click create ads. Sorry, not click create audiences, click on the menu and then under advertise, click create ads. So if you're completely new to Snapchat, then I highly recommend you just stick with Instant Create. You can create a single ad in literally less than 5 minutes, as it says here. Advanced Create, more for those who are digital marketers, who know what they're doing. In this case, we're going to go with Instant Create. And I'll show you just how easy it is because it guides you through step by step and it automates basically everything for you. Then what is your advertising goal? If you're an e-commerce business, then most likely your advertising goal is probably website visits. If you're an app developer, for example, you want to promote your new app, well then app installs and app visits is probably the right way to go. If you are a service-based business, you rely on leads, then calls and texts are a great one. Or you can also promote a local place. Now let's go with website visits. Probably most likely you're going to go with website visits. And then which URL should you add link to? This is obviously a website. So enter your website in here and then click next. I want to add actually that if you have any photos on your website that are deemed ad worthy and you want to go ahead and use them, then you can automatically get Snap ads to pull in those images for you. And so you can use them for your ads. Now, that being said, of course, it's always best to create your own ad creative, create your own photos and videos of your products. But again, if you just want to test Snap ads and you want to get up and running really, really quickly, then go ahead and click this button right here. I want to enter my website in and then we can move forward. So as you can see here, it's unable to load media from website. So this is really dependent if you have the proper format on your website already, if how your website's set up, if it's being able to pull the correct dimensions for ad creative. So there's a chance that your website does not have the right ad creative for this website. That's totally fine. We can continue to move forward and create our own or upload our own assets. In this case, I'm going to go back a step and just use a different website just for the purpose of this tutorial, and I'll show you again. So basically, I've just put in this website here. It's a fantastic product that is relatively new. It's basically, just to give you an overview, a replacement for caffeine made with a whole bunch of really cool natural products. So we're going to use this website as a test. I've put it back into here and it's pulled out these specific assets from the website. Not too shabby, but again, we would really ideally want to use our own videos and images. But let's go ahead and use this as an example. It's good enough. So what you're going to do is insert in your creative. And I want to remind you that the creative is the most important part for your Snap ad, more so than Facebook ads. So make sure you spend a significant amount of time on really going deep with your ad creative, making sure that it really is appealing to whoever you're trying to target. So with your headline, this is what appears right here, as you can see on the top left-hand corner. And let's just say, caffeine, natural caffeine replacement. This may or may not fit. So what you want to do is keep this short, sharp, and simple, but make sure that it's captivating to your audience. They need to only glance over to the top left-hand corner and that's it. You know what I mean? So let's change this as well. So make sure that it is short, sharp, and simple. They're only gonna glance at this once. Most people will not even glance at the top left-hand corner. Frankly, they're only gonna look at the ad creative, the video, but it's always good to have it up there and make sure that it's your unique selling point in just a couple words, and that's it. Your call to action, that's what's gonna be seen down here when you swipe up. In this case, you're going to add something in that is extremely relevant to the ad itself. So let's just assume that we have a discount of some sort. So what we want to go do is scroll down and click get discount or get offer or whatever it may be. So with the instant create function, you also get the choice of using a different template. And so you can see here that it's completely just changed it up by just using this template function here without using any photo editors, video editors. It's a great function. So you can see here that there's different effects, different layers, etc. So what we're going to use in this case is probably this one. This actually looks pretty neat. This one looks like it has a pretty cool echo type effect, as if you took like 5 shots of coffee. So let's go with this one. Then we're going to add in a caption down here. This is what is going to get people to swipe up. Then we're going to click next. We're going to start telling Snap Ads who to target. This is honestly the easiest interface to use compared to other ad platforms. And it is so intuitive, especially the instant create function. So with the demographics, it's all self-explanatory. Who are you going to target? Let's go males, ages 13 to 50 plus. Languages, I always go with English. That way we can cut out foreign languages, because unless you're specifically targeting, let's say, Chinese consumers who only speak Chinese, or they speak Chinese and English, but they're capable, of reading Chinese, then you want to add Chinese in here, for example, right? But most of the times we're going to be targeting English. So with location, you can go ahead and click search locations and add in more locations. This will allow you to target based off what we already have down here. So you can go further into state, or you can use DMA, which means designated market area. And so if you click here, you can see the DMAs down here, which goes really, really deep into each local state. And you can also add countries if you want to also add more countries in there. You can also just pull up the map, make it super easy, and just, define the locations through the map. Totally up to you. With budget and duration, you want it to start, this is a pro tip, have it start the next following day. Therefore, you're not immediately spending your entire budget if you're, setting this up at, let's say, 9 p.m. at night. So I usually like to have it starting the next day and then run indefinitely. That's usually what I go with, because you can manually control when you want the ad to end, of course. Budget, this is up to you, but if you're completely new to Snapchat, then you want to go with a test budget of some sort, $20 or so per ad set. And don't forget though, make sure that you do spend that amount in order to get your free ad credit based on this tracker here. And then going down to your goal. What is your goal? Is it a swipe up? Is it, more impressions, etc.? In this case, because we've already set up our goal, which is more website visits, it's going to automatically attribute the goal for us, which is swipe up. With bid, don't worry about this. This is more advanced. If you want more information on this, I have links down below where you can learn more about advanced strategies and bid types, etc. But in this case, let's go with the auto bid here. And then you're going to add in your business address. Go ahead and add in your business address and make sure you obviously have your credit card or form of payment here. But before you click publish, make sure you have a look at the delivery estimates. So if I zoom in here, of course, this is only an estimate, but it's worth taking a look at. So currently our audience target size, because we have it niched down here, is 40 million. Of course, you're not going to reach all 40 million people with just a $20, $50 budget, okay? So it gives you an estimate of how many people we're actually going to reach here. So you can see that we're probably going to reach with a $50 budget weekly 30 to 90,000 people, which is a lot of people. Your impressions, which is how many people actually see your ad. One person, which is one person reach, can see the ad 3 times. That equals 3 impressions. Hopefully that makes sense. And then of course our key goal, hence the little banner here, which is swipe ups, and we can expect to get 380 to 1,000 plus swipe ups. If you do the maths here, it's a great way to break down your costs and see what profits you can get back. But going by this, you can also click daily results and see what your daily results may be. Feel free to benchmark it to the estimate, but sometimes it can be less than this, and more often than not, it can actually be more than this. This is usually a modest estimate. Then if that all looks good, click publish. So to summarize, make sure that you, number one, have confirmed a funding source. Number two, make sure that the creative is attached. And number three, make sure that the budget is divided correctly. And of course, finally, make sure that the bid is competitive for the action you actually want them to take. If you followed this guide step by step, then your campaign should automatically bid for you. So you should be golden. Okay, so by this point, you should be up and running with a pretty solid Snap ad ready to bring in more traffic and customers to your store or business. Don't forget to take advantage of that free Snap ad credit that Snapchat has offered you. So before you create a new account, make sure to click on the link in the description box below to get that credit applied to your new Snap Ads account. Plus, if you want to go above and beyond this beginner Snap Ads tutorial, check out the new Snap Ads mini course I've put together for you, also in the description box below. In there, you'll learn more about the Snap Pixel, how to use the advanced creation function, secure your first few sales with Snap Ads, and scale up with advanced strategies and ad structures from there. And finally, if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, give this video a like and subscribe for more weekly videos. As I always say, your support in the form of just a few clicks is always so much appreciated and helps me put out more tutorials and content out there for you. I'll also leave on screen here some more useful videos to help you on your journey in building your business. And don't forget, all the links and tools I mentioned throughout this tutorial are in the description box below. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching.